The holographic chamber of the Galactic Council stretched 3 kilometers in every direction, its crystalline walls humming with the nervous energy of 47 civilizations. Ambassador Harold Webb sat alone at the small, almost insultingly tiny human delegation table, sipping black coffee from a thermos he had packed himself. Around him, alien delegates radiated pure terror. The Kelvari quivered inside their pressurized life pods. The Suneran collective had already disconnected 2 of its hive mind nodes, a gesture, Harold had learned, equivalent to a human covering their ears and weeping. Supreme Elder Doxael of the Vortex paced on 6 trembling legs, his bioluminescent skin cycling through colors that Harold's translation chip rendered as catastrophic dread and imminent annihilation. The Dravac Armada crosses the outer veil in 72 hours, Doxael announced to the chamber. No civilized species has stood against the Dravac and survived. Harold unscrewed his thermos cap and poured a second cup. The vote was called with brutal speed. Surrender terms, resource tributes, planetary evacuations. Each civilization cast its vote with the hollow efficiency of the already defeated. When the roll reached the human delegation, 46 sets of alien eyes turned toward Harold Webb. Earth's position? Doxael asked, his voice carrying the diplomatic courtesy of someone who considered the answer irrelevant. Harold set down his coffee. He pulled out a battered yellow legal pad, paper, actual paper, and flipped through several pages of handwritten notes. We'd like to know the Dravac fleet composition, he said. Specifically, hull materials, propulsion signatures, and whether their command ships have centralized AI navigation or distributed. Silence. Ambassador Webb, said High Admiral Riva of the Suneran Collective, her 3 voices merging into something close to disbelief. You cannot be proposing to fight them. We're not proposing anything yet, Harold said pleasantly. We're asking questions. There's a difference. Doxael pulled Harold aside after the session. The Elder's bioluminescence had shifted to something Harold's chip translated as desperate urgency. You must understand, Doxael whispered. The Dravac do not negotiate. They do not retreat. They have consumed 400 star systems. They are patient. They are methodical. They are without mercy. Sure, Harold said. Your species has been a member of this council for 41 of your years. You have, forgive me, barely achieved faster than light travel. Your military capability is. Doxael, Harold interrupted gently. How much do you actually know about human history? The Elder paused. His skin flickered through uncertainty. We know you emerged from a single planet. That you warred constantly among yourselves for millennia. That you were, by galactic standards, extraordinarily violent toward your own kind. Right, Harold said, and smiled the kind of smile that, had Doxael studied more human history, would have made him very, very quiet. So imagine what we're like when someone else starts the fight. Vessels by the Dravac count, a laughable force against 800 warships. The Dravac Supreme Commander, Velhar the Undying, opened a channel purely out of ancient ritual courtesy. The face that appeared was Colonel James Rattler McAllister of the United Earth Defense Fleet. He was eating a sandwich. Yeah, hi, McAllister said, swallowing. You're in our space. Velhar stared. In 4 centuries of conquest, no species had spoken to him like this. You have 43 ships, Velhar said. 43 ships here, McAllister corrected. He tapped something off-screen. You've got 800. We've run the numbers 3 times. The math is fine. He paused. Also, your command ships use centralized AI navigation. We noticed. Before Velhar could respond, 17 of his command vessels went dark simultaneously. Their navigation cores hit by pinpoint electromagnetic pulses delivered by human drones that had been threading through the Dravac formation, completely undetected, for the past 11 hours. 800 ships. No coordinated command. A human fleet that had spent 10,000 years learning to fight outnumbered, outgunned, and angry. Harold Webb walked back into the holographic chamber of the Galactic Council and sat down at his small, insulting table. He poured a coffee. 46 civilizations stared at him with expressions that his translation chip variously rendered as awe, profound relief, and existential recalibration. Doxael approached on steadier legs than Harold had ever seen him use. His bioluminescence glowed a soft, deep gold. The color, Harold had been told, that vortex reserved for moments of sacred reverence. Ambassador Webb, Doc Sales said quietly, "We owe your people a debt that this council may never fully repay." "No debt," Harold said. "That's not why we did it." He looked around the chamber, at the Kelvari no longer trembling, at the Sunerin nodes reconnected, at 47 civilizations breathing again. "You're our neighbors. You don't let your neighbors get steamrolled." He picked up his thermos. "Besides," he added, "we were kind of bored.